This next story is about Butch and Fluffy. Butch was our dog. Diane and I had a dog named Butch, and it was a mutt, and is a very special mutt in our life. We love Butch. And Butch had little habits, you know, dig around the fence and dig up stuff in the backyard, but we love Butch. Well, our neighbors, Keith and Tasha, got a bunny, and the bunny's name was Fluffy. And they got this bunny for their kids, and it was a beautiful bunny. It was not just any bunny, it was a prize-winning bunny. This thing was beautiful, and therefore the name Fluffy. It was just beautiful, Fluffy the bunny. Well, one day, Diane and I were out, and we got home, and lo and behold, we get home and we see Butch on our front porch. Somehow got out of the backyard, was on our front porch, and had Fluffy hanging out of its mouth, and you can see a little blood where, yeah, you get the idea. So we're like freaking out. We try to save the bunny, but it's too late. You know, by the time we pry it out of Butch's mouth and try to resuscitate it, which is gross in and of itself, but you know what I mean, the bunny's dead. And so we're like, what are we gonna do? You know, we love these neighbors and we don't want to ruin our relationship with them. What are we gonna do? So we decided to do what any good neighbor would do. We cleaned the bunny up. And as we're giving it a bath and blow drying its hair, this thing looks just as good as it did before it died. And so I decided, you know, instead of just fastening up on what really happened, I'm just gonna go put Fluffy back in the cage like nothing happened. And so I do. I sneak over there and I put Fluffy back in the cage like nothing happened. I come home and don't think nothing of it. In fact, I just let things go for a while. And then the next day, I'm out in the front yard and my neighbors see me and they go, hey, you guys hear about what happened with Fluffy? I'm like, feeling all guilty, you know, like, no, what happened? And they go, it's the craziest thing. Fluffy died a few days ago, and we buried it in the backyard, and somehow it ended up back in a cage, all cleaned up and stuff. That's the craziest thing you've ever heard of. Do you have any idea what happened? Needless to say, I was glad Butch hadn't killed Fluffy.